Two people are dead and four others wounded after a shooting at a nightclub in Gary, Indiana by Raja Razek, CNN. Two people are dead and four are injured, with one in critical condition after a shooting at a nightclub early Sunday morning in Gary, Indiana, according to police. A 34-year-old man and a 26-year-old woman were the fatal victims, Gary police said in a release. The three other wounded victims appeared to have non-life-threatening injuries, police said. The Metro Homicide Unit is investigating the incident, according to the release. The shooting is one of 263 mass shootings in the country this year, according to the Gun Violence Archive, a nonprofit that tracks shootings in the U.S. CNN and the GVA define a mass shooting as one with 4 victims or more, not including the shooter. The Gary incident was one of 9 mass shootings this weekend, according to the GVA. Gary is a city in Lake County, Indiana, about 25 miles from downtown Chicago. All right. So, once again, being at the wrong place at the wrong time in a society and a country with a stupid culture that allows people to have guns, illegally or illegally. We need to get rid of the guns in America, period. This doesn't happen in any other country, and it needs to stop. How can I not be able to go to the club and party without getting killed? And because people think sometimes that I'm lying about stories, even though I'm literally reading the news right in front of you and I provide my sources, I'll read another source for the story. 2 killed, 4 wounded in shooting at Gary nightclub by Jewel Hillary, posted June 12, 2022, updated June 12, 2022. So, Gary, Indiana. 2 people were killed and 4 others wounded in shooting at a nightclub in Gary, Indiana, early Sunday morning. Gary police said officers responded to the Playos nightclub in the 1700 block of Grant Street for reports of shots fired. One neighbor said she heard 30 to 50 gunshots and people screaming. Once there, police said officers found an unresponsive 34-year-old man near the door. He was transported with gunshot wounds to the hospital. He was later pronounced dead. The Lake County, Indiana coroner identified the man as Jonte Dorsey of Joliet, Illinois. Rest in peace. Police said officers also found an unresponsive 26-year-old woman inside the club. She was also transported to the hospital. She was later pronounced dead, police said. The Lake County, Indiana coroner identified her as Janice Quinn of Merrillville, Indiana. Rest in peace. Police said a third person was shot and taken to the hospital in critical condition. 3 additional people were also shot and appear to have non-life-threatening injuries, according to police. But even when somebody has non-life-threatening injuries, the emotional scars of being shot, the trauma, can last them a lifetime, and the pain as well. You know, they say every time it rains, the bullet makes you feel the pain. So these people will, nobody, I believe, I haven't been shot, but nobody, I believe, who's ever been shot is just fine afterwards. The circumstances surrounding the shooting have not been released at this time. In 2017, police responded to a fatal shooting for a club located at the same address. Some who live nearby say since the gunshots ring out regularly on the weekends, they want to see the establishment shut down for good. Police are investigating. Anyone with information on this incident is encouraged to call this number. Anyway, so once again, I'm from Monroe, Louisiana. We used to have fights outside of the club. Shootings are starting to happen in Monroe too. But yeah, there are certain places in America where you just can't party because you know at certain places and at certain times, people are going to light the party up. We don't have to live in a country like this. We don't have to have constant dead Americans every weekend, every time we party, every time we go to the church, every time we go to the supermarket, every time we're outside in public. It doesn't have to be this way. We can be just like all the other major industrialized nations, major advanced nations who don't have these sorts of problems. Yes, homicides happen all over the world, but not at the frequency that they happen in America. Thank you for watching.